It's big time!
Who is Randy? Don't bring anyone's mother into this.
Your mama in the fucking stands!
Welcome to your mom's house with Tom Segura, and
Christina Pashitsky.
welcome to your mom's house.
Oh boy, folks, welcome to another episode of Behind the Jeans. 'Tis I, Josh Potter, your host, back once again, as we do every Wednesday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, if you need to know majority of the time zones. I've got them all for you, frankly. And I do hope you keep joining us. I got so many people are getting here early in the chat, which I loved. Seeing some new folks as well, but we got some of the old favorites in here already talking about Andrew Dice Clay on Two Bears. I've got thoughts on that. We've got some things to talk about, folks, because boy, I'll get into it. Let's just let's do the necessary evils here, which is let you know about the email behindthejeansshow@gmail.com. That is where, if you are watching outside of this here live program, perhaps you're watching on replay during the weekend or a different day of the week, well, hell, I'd hope you come join us someday here, become a member of the Your Mom's House YouTube channel and join us live. But if you'd rather, you can always email us here, behindthejeansshow@gmail.com. Now, next week, I will not be with you, and I'll get into the reason why that is. There will be something. I don't know what's going to be happening in the stead of me, but I do know something will be happening. But I want to let you know that I will not be here, and I am going to be out on the road, thejoshpotter.com. At the end of the week, I will be in Omaha, Nebraska on the 15th of August. Omaha for one night. And then Des Moines, I'll be doing 4 shows there on Friday and Saturday at the Funny Bone. Make sure you come on out. thejoshpotter.com is where you can go for that. Again, the 15th will be Omaha, the 16th and 17th Des Moines. Then we're going to be out in Boston on the 24th of August. So please to be getting tickets at thejoshpotter.com. Now, I will be gone as soon as I'm done with this today. Tonight, I get on a red-eye flight, and I will be going to a place where, this is like scary for me to say out loud, but I will be going to the land of mouse. That's right, Orlando, Florida, to go to Disney World with my sister, my sister's children, my brother-in-law, my mother, a few other people. I mean, it is going to be a whole family excursion. Now, when I agreed to go on this trip, it was around last year or so, maybe even longer than last year, when I said I would go out on this trip. And I just I don't know what I thought. I was dating a girl at the time. I'm like, oh, maybe we'll be like even closer and I'll be able to bring her along. I don't have this like romantic gay Disney thing with a girl, like a couple of Disney adults. But there was, like I said, my niece and my nephew, who are small children, will be coming. But, all that relationship went to hell in a handbasket. And so, here is the Roach, just a single guy headed out to the Disney. And I am like already anxious about that. But I got to tell you, being a Disney adult and seeing some of the videos that we've seen over the course of time has got me concerned as well. And on top of that, my sister sent me an itinerary of the week. The whole week. And I've got that lined up as well. So I have to process it. Before you go on vacation, typically when you do something, when you have an obligation, and I wouldn't call this quite an obligation, it is a part of my job, obviously, you get sort of like senioritis, right? But not in this. For me, it's more just like I'm having premature PTSD. Like I haven't been able to like concentrate on anything because I'm like not dreading the trip. It's giving me PTSD from when I was a child. You see, my mother she indoctrinated my sister and I on Disney stuff, and I thought I kind of like pushed it to the side here in my adult life. But now, because I remember going to the parks, and my mother would have like a map, and she'd have highlighted things. We have to be here at this time, and this. It was very militaristic, regimented, and somehow my sister, experiencing all of that, drifted the other way from me. I went this way. I'm not even regimented in any capacity. The fact that I get here at 3 p.m. every time, it is in my house. I get it. But the fact that I still manage I was even 1 minute late here getting on here today. My sister is the other way. She has got this itinerary, and I started having flashbacks like I was in Nam or something. Unbelievable. Everyone's speculating when I said gay if I truly mean it. No. Now there's an argument about if I'm bi, Jay McCarthy. No, I'm not. I mean, we're all on a spectrum. It's a different discussion. It's a different discussion. Am I a rope dropper or a park closer? Judging by this itinerary, I'm going to probably be both. I mean, I can't really tell what's going on. I'll share it a little bit. We'll get into some I'm waiting for it to load. It's so weird. On my email, the thing is like, we don't even want to load all. It's 10 pages long. Oh, okay, good. Most of them have loaded, so I can give you a little sample. Just don't want to dox my family's flight. I mean, it's got the flight confirmations. I mean, it's crazy, this document. And it's got the fonts. I mean, my sister put graphics on here. I'm going to show you in a second. But I thought we would start today's show, if you haven't seen... Christina gave us a bit of an update on her tit cancer. So I wanted to be in the show at least with that to sort of cleanse my palate and get myself in the Jean's mindset, if you will. Here we go.
So I've been having, just to keep you guys up on my titty sitch, I've been having my pre-op appointments, and I went to the plastic surgeon yesterday. Mm-hmm. And
that really tickles me. Whoa.
Well, anyway, first of all, there's two sides. There's two things I want to talk about. Number one, the surgeon told me specifically that I will need to sleep for 2 weeks. Like, it's doctor mandated that I sleep in order for my body to rebuild and recover.
I mean, do you think you can follow the orders or no? You think you have it in you to resist?
The reason I'm saying that is the last episode, if you haven't watched that one, we went to Italy and I sleep a lot. And Tom got very upset with me that I would sleep through the night while he was up at 3 a.m. jet lagged.
Okay. So what are you planning on here? Like 20 hours in bed a day or something like that? Something normal?
She said to me, she's like, don't be surprised if you sleep like day and night.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if my husband will let me.
What about you? I mean, that doesn't seem like something you would like to do.
I'm gonna be so high too. I'm taking so many drugs. That's gonna be great. Are you gonna stand over me and seethe quietly, or are you gonna be vocal about your disdain for my resting? Like, are you gonna say stuff, or are you gonna like?
Probably both. I'll probably just be like, another busy day for you, and then I'll just slam the door on the way out. Something like that.
I can't wait for that.
Good.
Because you're going to sleep next to me. And I'm like, I wonder if he's going to quietly resent my resting, like my recovery.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So what?
It's good. That's healthy. So the second part to the story is that, I have to get surgery anyway for other stuff. So I'm going to get my breasts made smaller. And you have to go look at a gallery of the plastic surgeon's work. To see.
This is where I wanted to interject because you see, I don't think this is a bad thing. I look down, we all kind of hear, smaller breasts. That's just like a sort of a womp womp. You know what I mean? We all kind of looked at that and kind of do a, huh. But I don't think it's such a bad thing, really. I'm not speaking about Christina's tits in particular. I'm just saying that I've seen a couple of breast reductions in my day. Women who were not getting it because of cancer, more so because their back had issues, things like that. Their tits were just too dang big. They were just too big. I mean, they were having a hard time wearing certain clothes and being comfortable when they sleep. All these different things where you go like, but they're so big and wonderful, but you don't have to wear them. Do you know what I'm saying? And I've seen women get this done, and you think they're going to come out and they're going to be, who's that lady? You just look right past her because she doesn't even have big tits anymore. But I'll tell you what, these surgeons are doing great work out there, and sometimes you get a more firm, lifted one. So I wanted to say to Tom, he doesn't have to look, maybe he's not looking forward to Christina sleeping so much, but maybe, you get some tits built for some speed nowadays.
See which surgeon you want to go with. And so I was talking to the nurse yesterday for my pre-op appointment, and we got along well. It was like an hour's worth of information, what I got to do, what I have to prepare, da-da-da-da-da. And then at the very end, because she took a picture of me naked, she saw my state droopers. It's embarrassing. So I felt vulnerable. I felt like I could jive with her, And I was like, look, I've been looking through them titty galleries, and I've noticed that, like, some of these chicks who get reductions, like, bro, they're like 5'1", like 200 pounds.
These are the ones I was just discussing.
They're like 20 years old. I'm like, what a bunch of chonkers, huh? Like, I'm trying to get her to like fat shame.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she goes, well, I mean, some of these women, their breasts are so big that they can't exercise. So we're helping them. Yeah, like they'll get their breasts done first so they can exercise.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that sounds like somebody's quite the enabler there.
I'm
And
like,
the other thing is their tits are so big they can't even eat healthy food because the tits are in the way of their mouth.
I know, what would Kevin Samuel say?
Yeah.
He's like, your titty's too big, get your 3-piece or 6-piece.
That is absolute.
She can't even lift the 6-piece to her mouth. Her tits are so heavy. I mean, fuck.
Now, at the very least, it's cutting out an excuse, right? Say a woman was like, I can't exercise, my tits are just too big, and then they get them smaller. They don't have that anymore. Now what is it, sister?
Right off, because I'm like a 34, like E. Yes, I don't run because that shit hurts, but like you can swim, you can lift weights, you can walk.
Yeah, of course.
They sell bras.
I was curious why it hurts. Does it hurt because her tits are hitting her in the bottom of her face? Is that what the hurt part comes from when it comes to running?
Fucking fat.
Look,
pigs.
everyone's been on the side of the porkers mentality. No, like where you go like, well, you always have your reason why you can't do it.
Yeah.
And so that lady's just heard it, and then she now spouts it for them. Oh, it's just too big for them to do anything. Everything hurts.
Disagree with this point. I think this is more big tit reduction coming up with a PR message to get more people to reduce their tits. Not an ideal surgery, often one that you're faced with sort of a gun to your head situation. It's not often one that was made by choice, but they've put it in these people's heads that you need smaller tits because your back hurts. Like what I was just saying, your back hurts, you're this, you're that. And they're getting great at creating them. Once they're smaller, they're making them firm. It's like, who the hell's tits are those? Where'd you get those from? They're doing a fantastic job with them, and I think they want to get their message out there more that they need more work. They want to go out there, they want to shrink all the tits, frankly, and I think that's bad. I don't think we need all the tits shrunk. I think there's only certain cases, Sure, there's some cases out there where you'd need your tits shrunk. Sure. Of course. But are they everybody? Soon, what are they going to have? Kids shrinking their tits? They're going to give them things to shrink, I don't know.
And also, there's just weak, like if you go, my back hurts today, my knees hurt, and then someone just goes, well, then don't do anything. So you just kind of reinforce this way of thinking.
Right.
Then you get a little.
In the chat, we have very many discussion going on. Spacehead74 says, imagine having balls the size of bowling balls. Well, imagine. I already do. I should be getting ball reduction surgery. Your pal Joe, welcome, buddy. I don't know that I've seen your pal Joe in a couple of weeks, but it says, well, put that nipple up like that. Wouldn't that be nice? Exactly. We'll that's what they told Mommy Tina, that they're going to fix her nips, which is exciting news. I would be excited about that instead of, take my eyes, for instance. Imagine they told me they could fix these so that I could look you in the camera and not make you just, you know what I'm saying? This is what nipples look like before the surgery. Afterwards, beautiful eyes, as if you're looking into Glenn Powell's eyes, I don't know who has good eyes. Does he even have good eyes? I'm not sure. I had to have ball reduction. It helped me exercise. Snarf, 45. Is that true? Or are you joshing us? Here, you're just goofing on us about ball reduction surgery. I've never heard of such a thing. Maybe Cougar can do some research on if that's a real thing or not. do a little quick Google on that. Just reduce Christina to a mid-C and she'll be fine. That's what I think they're going to do, but it gives them the work, you understand, without people wanting reduction, because who wants reduction? All these doctors out there, the ones that are filling the tits, they're getting all the work. So these reduction guys are out there now going like, it's actually pretty good for your back. It's pretty good. So they're out there spreading this nonsense. And but I was trying to look at the bright side by saying, a nice firm tit once in a while is pretty cool too. They don't have to be big, droopy state troopers. They could be, built for speed, not comfort, as many say. The poll is 50-50 right now. Interesting. About whether I'm about if I'm going to be a rope dropper or a park closer. Is that what the poll was? I didn't see the poll. Big-titted animals, indeed. I'm trying. The chat is going fast and furious indeed. When I was younger, I wanted sack reduction. I wore girls' jeans and my balls were just in the way. Interesting stuff, Stanktron. Yeah, balls. It's amazing how balls are something that you just kind of figure out how to deal with. It's been rare where they've gotten in my way. Maybe I just have taut sack, I'd never know. Okay, so scrotum reduction, also known as scrotoplasty, is a surgical procedure that removes excess skin from the scrotum to treat scrotal enlargement. It can be performed for cosmetic reasons or to address physical discomfort. Cosmetic reasons, men may want the procedure to improve the appearance of a low-hanging scrotum. Who doesn't like a low-hanging scrotum? Boy, oh boy, every lady who's been scrotum obsessed since I've known time has wanted them to hang low and be big. Some taut little almonds up there. Women are scared of that, I feel like. They're like, is this a guy? Or is this a boxer from that one country? I don't know. But let's hear the rest of this real quick here as they...
Little team of people who go, well, that's why you can't do stuff.
Well, yeah,
Things hurt. What would make it hurt less? You had a reduction, and then maybe that would,
Yeah,
so...
it's all enabling. Well, I get it. They've got a business. They need to keep people,
of course,
getting surgeries. But because for a while, when I was fat after I had our first kid, my knees hurt all the time. And my trainer at one point, my Pilates instructor, she's so sweet, but she's like, "Do you know why your knees might hurt?" And I was like, "'Cause I'm a fat piece of shit."
Is that what you said? And what'd she say?
She was like, "Mm-hmm. And can you lose some weight?" And I was like, because she's sweet, she's really nice, sweet girl,
I had that one time with the massage therapist. Remember?
When they tell you how fat you are.
No, when I go, so I noticed that if you go to 10 different massage therapists, that in my experience, 20% will do, here's the thing, I didn't know what it's called. Something to your neck where they kind of find this groove and it feels like they're moving like a tendon but something that feels really good. And usually what happens is you're so lost, your face is in a cradle, that later on, when you think of it, it's too late to ask, right?
Yeah.
So I'm with this, I don't remember this. This is in our Woodland Hills house. So I get a massage.
Oh, I know who this is.
Yeah. And so she's doing it. And I'm
I want to hear this story because I don't know if massage is on my Disney itinerary.
In my head, I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
What is this called? So massage is done, and I go, I got to ask you something about the neck. And she's like, what's that? And I go, I've noticed that not every therapist does it, but you do something with your thumb in this part of the neck that, it just feels really good. I'm wondering, is that, can I learn the language of what this anatomy is? Because I've noticed that not everybody does it, and I was wondering what that's called. And she goes, well, the reason not every therapist probably does it is you have this fat pocket, this deposit of fat around your neck, and so not everybody is reaching into there and getting it. And I go, so what's it called? Because that was the question. What's the name? What's the name of that? And she's like, oh, Yeah, I don't know.
Obesity.
But if you were wondering why not everybody does it, it's because you're fat. And I was like, yeah, that wasn't my question.
Boy, oh boy, as I get fatter, these are the stories that are frightening me. You know, we joined a gym. I don't know if it's working. We'll find out. These are, we'll see in Disney, won't we? Now, let's get to the matter at hand here. I did notice there was a chat. Oh, Subliminal X here. Added another membership and a member for 2 months since we've been here on the old Behind the Jeans. By the way, we're like 8 episodes away from Behind the Jeans being longer than the Josh Potter show being on Your Mom's House, so let's hope we make it. I was just thinking that today. I go, we're on episode 22. 8 more, and I've made it to the amount of time Josh Potter show is on Your Mom's House. Gotta meet when I get chance on the phone, but I'm here for the live like a real rich and skinny. Well, I'm glad you're rich and skinny. I'm just talking about how I'm getting fatter and poorer, but thank you for signing up. That does help me a great deal. It helps the Roach in particular, as well as gets you a bunch of stuff. So thanks for being a member here. Melissa, now back to the Disney matter at hand. She asked earlier, Potter, do you know what Disney bounding means? And I do not. Maybe it was already discussed in the chat as I was discussing other things, but I don't know what that means, Disney bounding. So please to be telling me that. I want to show you, of course, this itinerary without doxing my family's flight stuff here. Hold on, where is it? Aha, okay. All right, let me share this. Had to figure out which screen we were on here. La-da-dee. Look at this thing. My sister made a 10-page itinerary. Is it just because she's a teacher and she's off from school that she has the time to do this? What is the answer here? Okay, there it is. Jesus, couldn't figure it out. All right, so it's on the screen. I don't know if I can make it bigger. But there you have it, you see. Let me see if I can zoom in here. What does this little magnifying glass do? Ooh, okay. Now you can see it pretty good, right? So, look at this thing. This is a 10-page document put up here. And, I mean, it is detailed. Look at how much stuff. I don't want to, like, dox my appearances, where I'm going to be. But this is arrival. I mean, like I said, we're going to, I'll just take it off the screen so you don't see the flight information. I don't know. Not that I think you're going to do anything, but, you know, just to be safer than sorry. Okay, here we go. Now we're back. Day at a glance. Check it. This stuff gives me such anxiety. This is not how I plan my life. I really don't. I mean, maybe this is why, because I have PTSD of my mother, and now my sister is doing it for our whole family, whole group. Check in her room after lunch. Swim, like, it is crazy. Look at this. I guess this means, the park hours, early entries, 8:30. I don't know. Are we doing that? There's things at 7 a.m. She's got the train times here. I mean, this is rope drop in the a.m. Other information. So there's the word right there. They're using it too. I thought this was something fun that all of us made up making fun of these people. But my sister's got rope drop right in the damn itinerary. Viewing a fantastic. I mean, I don't know if we're doing all of these things. This is Friday. I mean, this is every day. My thing won't even load the rest of it. It's on my phone, but there's 10 pages, if you can see at the bottom here, 5 out of 10. I mean, this is one for every day of these. And, I have no idea. I'm even just looking at it right now. I'm speechless. I'm a little more verbose than this. I'm a little better at articulating myself and my feelings. I look at that. I'm shaking. I have to get on a plane tonight and go deal and be on a schedule for a week. Ronnie says nightmare. I agree. I mean, this is not my type of vacation. Obviously anything for the children. I really want, this is so gay and queefy of me to say out loud, but I don't get to see my niece and nephew very often. So I thought this would be a fun, like, core memory I get to be a part of as their uncle who lives on the other side of the country. Weird. Uncle Josh gets to come to Disney in a core memory. So I thought there was something like that. And now I'm like, what did I sign up for? It's expensive. My sister's got a fucking itinerary. I'm getting texts every day about this and that, the other thing. Coordinated outfits. I'm having a hard time. So did we find out what Disney bounding was? I'm scrolling up here to find, instead of wearing full-on costumes like cosplayers do, Disney bounders dress up in stylish everyday outfits known as Disney bounds. They are simply inspired by a particular... I'm doing this, I think. Oh my God. I think I'm doing this. Oh God! You're making me have more anxiety now. There's a word for this. I'm gonna have fun. I know it. I'm thankful for my sister for planning this trip. Be thankful, be gracious. But boy, oh boy, because here's the thing. I got a text message from my sister asking me. She just goes, "What's your favorite Disney villain?" Because she's like, "We're gonna have shirts of them. I'm making shirts, or there's gonna be shirts, or something like that." So I thought, whatever. And so I started. I named one. I don't even remember who I named off the top of my head. And she goes, "Well, they're not gonna have that, or they're not that one." And so basically, I couldn't come up with a villain, and she just picked one for me. But I have to do this now. So like one day I'm wearing the villain shirts, and she was like, "Oh no, so Adam's this one that you're picking." I mean, this is crazy that this is the thing. I'm having a hard time right now. What are you sharing here, Cougar? Come talk on here. I couldn't read it initially.
This is just, I guess, a rundown of what Disney bounding is with some examples.
I mean, so it wasn't what I was saying. It's not wearing a shirt of a character on it.
No, it's essentially.
Oh, thank God I'm not doing it then.
Yeah, you're basically dressing up as a character, but in a very subtle way.
Oh my God, maybe I am still doing this. I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
I don't know, dude. I think this is part of what, and it's going to be so hot, and I think it's going to rain like most of the time. I mean, boy, oh boy.
Yeah, so see, this is Mickey Mouse, so it's just a shirt, red pants, and a bow tie. So that's like you're taking the elements, but you're not exactly dressing up as the character.
Oh my God. And you said also my itinerary sounds very rope droppery. It sounds early and also park closery. I think I'm going to be both. I mean, I have no idea. I really regret getting this Zoloft pill stuck in my throat. That's Space Head.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that was from earlier. Oh my goodness, let me scroll down here. It's Florida, it's gonna rain. I realize that. I know it's gonna rain. I mean, that's why I want to wear camo shorts and a basketball jersey, you know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Thank you for informing us, Cougar. We'll watch some Disney adult videos. By the way, while I am absent, do you have any sort of idea, perhaps maybe a tease, or do you want to keep it cloak and dagger for what might be occurring on the stream next week?
We've got some surprises we're kicking around, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Interesting. That's why I didn't know if they were going to discuss some Fartgate situations or not, because that's why I didn't plan on discussing it any further today, because I thought next week perhaps that will be the topic of discussion. Maybe a round table or something will be afoot, but I don't want to promise anything that I don't know is occurring. Oh, I wanted to get to some Disney adult videos. Maybe this will make me feel better, prime me a little bit, and I won't be as anxious about my time. Perhaps these people will, make me feel better. Let's go into here. Oh boy, here we got this. Da-da-dee. Let's watch this one first. Is this going to be me? I think this one might be. This is what I'm going to definitely do when I get there, because I haven't been since 2011. Seeing the castle for the first time since COVID. It'll be my first time too. Oh my God. She's not even close to it yet. It's the first time didn't she see it from a little further back? She couldn't see it from way down the earlier part of the street there. I mean, she walked a long way before she did it. She might as well walk closer. It's still pretty far. Get up to the statue at least before you shoot the video, lady. Come on, what are you thinking here? I'm going to come. Oh my God, what if I did that? What if I walked up into the castle and I was like this woman and I just went, I see the castle for the first time since COVID, and I go, I become like the double soul shaman, and I don't close my pee hole, my penis slit. I do not close it, and I just let it out. Could be bad. Could be bad. Please make that video, Little Boner says. I'm going to 100% I need anything for the content. I will get thrown out of Disney on the first day that I see the castle. I don't even know if that's where we're going. Let's go back to the itinerary and see. What day will I see the castle? Oh my lord! Oh boy! Oh boy! Like the old black lady that made herself come. Oh yes, I do recall. Little Boner says, Potter, the solution here is to go 100% Disney adult and mock them completely by exaggerating this behavior. I don't have the kind of energy for that, and I would never mock somebody for, I mock people for everything. What am I talking about? I'm not going to go in there and mock them to their face, but I am going to record data in my brain so I can inform you about it. I am going to perhaps record some things on my phone. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to be in investigative mode. And again, I remember I went one time as an adult in 2011. That was 13 years ago. So I was 25 years old, and I got to take my cousin, his wife, and their child. And it was fun. It was a grand old time. I lived in Cleveland at the time, and I loved my cousin. But me and my cousin would blaze. You know what I'm saying? I can't, my mom, my sister, I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's a different vibe. We would go watch fireworks. The kid was young enough where he didn't really give a shit, to the point where we weren't stressing ourselves out getting to everything you know what I'm saying? We just enjoyed the resort, had a grand time, went to downtown Disney a bunch, had some margaritas, that kind of thing. So this one's going to be very different. And I'm going to be sort of investigative mode. Suicidal thought manifest in many ways. I don't know if that's about this or not. I am trying to how do I get out of this? But yes, I maybe my brain will be changed as soon as I see that that castle. Maybe my brain will change and I'll just morph into a Disney adult effortlessly. Little Boner says, YMH is me. I'm not saying I'm not going to mock them. I'm saying to their face, I'm not going to go in there and be like, look at this idiot over here. Have my phone up to some autistic fat guy's face and be like, what's this idiot doing over here? That kind of thing. I don't think I'll do that at all. What the hell is going on? I'm sorry. I got some weird texts. Anywho, folks, let's get back into the Disney adult thing here. Where is it? Why is my page not up? There we are. Let's get back into the video. Sorry, I got a really 12 texts from this weird number. Yes, this one.
It's time to stop body shaming other people.
Oh,
I
we're
was
just
at
talking
Disneyland
about
today.
this.
I wanted to have fun with my siblings.
Now, let me just say this is the land and not the world. And we can obviously see this woman doesn't necessarily need a breast reduction, but
It's time to stop body shaming other people. I was at Disneyland today. I wanted to have fun with my siblings. But our day was ruined by all the people that were making fun of the size of my body. And the worst part is that they teach their kids to do the same. They kept taking photos of me, they gave me bad looks all the time, or just kept laughing at me. I know you may think that I am exaggerating, and that is my fault for being a big girl. But this is literally what God gave me. And I have
I don't know if that's necessary. This is literally what God gave me. Boy, oh boy, I'd like to sit down with God and wonder that. This is an interesting comment. Corey Sanchez with an interesting chat there. How does she sit down? That is the thing. How does she sit? I guess it's probably, who knows? But it does not seem like it's something that God gave her. It feels like something that there was a gentleman out there, an ambitious surgeon, perhaps an artist, who decided to do that. How does she fit on a toilet? Well, there is only one. She didn't make her hole bigger. I don't know that she needs to fit on one necessarily. She just got to get that thing spread open and then padunk, just down into the old toilet. Does this woman have a special toilet to dump? Everyone's wondering about the toilet. I think that's the least of our wonderment. How does she sit on a regular chair is more my concern, because that's more about comfort. A toilet, you can just spread your cheeks, I'd imagine. And as long as the hole is above the hole, you get a clean situation out there. As long as you have to really spread, though, and it's not like she weighs more than another person. She doesn't weigh any more than just an obese person with a regular fat ass, right? She looks like she's pretty thin on top. Let's keep it moving.
have to embrace every single part of me.
See here, look at. Oh wait, let's go back a second, a smidge. Here, look at. See, she just spreads it the whole. I mean, look at how tiny her waist is. That butt's not going to be too much of an issue in terms of, unless she just keeps it clamped together. She could spread it. You understand what I'm saying, I believe.
Even if you have a condition or you look different, you shouldn't get bullied for the way you look. I would never talk negatively about someone else's appearance.
Yeah, this is why I can't be bullying people in the Disney world about Disney adults. I can't go around being like snickering and holding my phone up to these people because of the fact that I'll do something and like this, I'll make this people like this woman feel uncomfortable. Now, if I saw an ass like that, it would take everything in me not to bring my phone out. But that would be, that would be just scandalous if I were to do that. But boy, oh boy, maybe God did give it to her. If so, I say God is good and he continues to be and he blesses us. And so I don't know who's snickering, although this woman, if you see her face over here, over the left shoulder of the woman that is the subject, she's definitely turning around to be like, whoa, I can't believe kids aren't taking pictures with her. She looks like a cartoon, for Christ's sake. I'm not sure which animated feature she would come out of, but boy, oh boy, she looks like something one of those nerd drawers would do. I would very much like to see her routine in the park. I would too. Don't trip. That's my point. I feel like she's like a person that would work there as one of the the characters or what have you. Some funny chats that I don't want to put on here. She's like Fanny from Robots. I don't know what that is, Timo Velasquez, but perhaps she is. I'll put that out there. Mrs. Incredible, indeed. That's another good one. She has a body like a cartoon. So I would think someone would see her, and no wonder kids, they weren't probably making fun of her or laughing. They were simply just trying to... Here we go. Look at Cougar's found something. Let's see what this is. Are these the cartoon character? I thought this... For a second, I thought it was Mrs. Incredible. What on earth is this?
Can you see your screen?
Who is this, Cougar?
This is that character, Fanny from Robots.
Oh, Fanny. I can't even tell what's going on. I mean, the screen is so small on my end here, so I hope everyone else has theirs nice and large. Yeah. What is that? A spider? It's a robot?
It is a robot woman. This is a robot woman with a lot of junk in the trunk, I guess.
She's an amusement ride, says Snarf. Interesting. So did you watch this robot show? Did you get the reference right away, or did you just check it out?
I just Googled it.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm like, what the hell is robots? I don't know anything about this. Okay, well, there you go. That's a good one.
It's a DreamWorks movie, I think.
All right. Let's go back to this Fanny over here. What do you say?
All right,
respect is key. This should be a safe place where everyone feels comfortable. And I wasn't doing anything, just existing. At the end of the day, I just wanted to have fun like everyone else.
Oh, she's sitting in the teacup. Everyone was like, oh, does she sit on this? How does she sit on that? She went in the goddamn teacup, and it looks like she's got plenty of room in there. Maybe people can't sit to the left or the right of her.
If you don't like something, stop hating and keep it for yourself.
Oh, I don't think I'm hating, lady. I like it just fine. Thank you. Let us go to the next one, shall we?
It's enjoyable for every age.
With or without children.
Whoa. Okay, here we go. This is... See, I have proxy children in this case, folks. That's the thing about my trip here. I have proxy children coming. They're my niece, my nephew. I'm not just... Am I Weird Uncle Josh? Of course. Single Weird Uncle Josh? Of course. But it's not like I'm just showing up there. Raw dog by myself, which would be insane. Or, even if I went with a girl, that would be like borderline. We could be like goofing on it or whatever, We could be like going there for the goofs. But it still would be a worse look than having proxy children, wouldn't you say? I have to tell that to they're going to see me alone somewhere and be like, we got to get rid of this guy. We got a red flag over here. You know what I mean? They're going to have their Disney cops up my ass all day if I get separated from my family. I'll be like, no, I'm here with a family. I swear to God. I'm here with a family. I promise you. I swear. See, these people, look at these, the people in the opening frame of this. Look at the haircut on this lady. That is a woman who, boy, oh boy, I mean, you know what's funny is I like a pixie haircut, but then there's this. Strange, and this poor guy over here in that shirt. Oh my Lord, these two are, I can imagine, are bores.
It's enjoyable for every age.
With or without children.
He throws that in, with or without children. And we certainly without. You can tell my wife is a barren lady just by the haircut alone.
We honeymooned here. We're here on our 10th anniversary. We'll be here on our 20th anniversary.
Oh, you're not going to make it that long, sir. She's like one of those cute wives, and then he's like a goofball guy, you know, and this is like the 80s. And look at him so lovingly. My goofy-ass husband. He's even wearing goofy on his shirt, this guy. Look at these people. This is so funny. You know, it's truthfully, I'm just jealous of their love.
Here,
Look at her, look at him longingly.
We're here on our 10th anniversary. We'll be here on our 20th anniversary.
Although then there's moments where she drifts away. It's like, where'd you go? Where'd you go there? You're thinking about the 20th anniversary coming back here? Walking around this park when you're 60? Oh boy, a kiss. That was awkward. Continue.
It's the place we like to be.
He's like crying. It's the place we like to be. Is it going to be that powerful? I remember as a kid feeling, this is before I knew about corporations, and I was more of a, what's the word, downtrodden sort. I'm not sure, but maybe skeptical, maybe cynical, the best word to describe it. I think cynical sums it all up. I think before then I used to go to Disney World and think it was truly another world. I mean, it was so clean. Everyone had a smile on their face. Customer service was not that of just something, your ragtag amusement park. No. And everything seemed to have the upper crust. It seemed so expensive. The quality was wonderful. And, you know, getting older, you're like, wait a minute. It's all made in China, too. Anyhow, these people didn't grow up at all. This guy's like half crying. Is it going to have that effect on me again? Am I going to come when I see the castle?
Most magic place we've ever been to.
I can be a child again for a day, which is...
No, that's bad. See, you don't want to... I could be a child again. That's sad. I don't want to ever feel that. I don't want to feel like a child again. Oh, that's the worst. You want to feel like you're in your 20s again. You want to feel like you're a teenager with just virility writhing through you. You don't want to be a child again. That's something, there's something scary and haunted about that. That is a dark, dark thing. Very haunted. I'm trying to see some chats here. I've skipped out because I was going over this thing with a fine-tooth comb. Need someone to match my freak like that. That's funny. Imagine being that happy, says Cougar on the chat. I mean, yes, it's not that I can't imagine being that happy. It's imagine being that happy about feeling like a child again with your wife. We can feel like children again. Who wants to feel like a child again? It's fun to feel happiness, and maybe you have a child and you can feel it through that. But when you go to an apartment, I mean, there's something haunted and sad about wanting to feel like a child again. I'm sorry. I want to feel like I'm 22 again, where it's like I can get my dick hard at a stiff breeze. I am in the best shape of my life. I have great hair. You know what I'm saying? Not like I don't want to be 8 again. Who the fuck wants to be that? That's insane. Little Boner. The guy's a pedo for sure. That's what I'm getting at, Little Boner. I think. I don't know. Hate from the portal says don't trip, thank you. Children are gay. Thank you, Foggy. It's just funny to say things like that. I'm just LOLing at things like that. Stangtron, what? A girl I dated would go to Disney and not in time because I would ruin it. Wait, let's go back to that. A girl I dated would go to Disney and not in time because I would ruin it. Completely agreed. I'm not sure what that sentence means, but I assume she went to Disney and you didn't make her have a good time because you were sarcastic and making LOLs, and then she left you for one of these chomos. I assume that's what you're getting at, which is a sad tale. But you don't want to be with somebody like that anyway. You can't have irreconcilable whatever the hell difference is via Disney and have a successful relationship. I don't believe. Snarf, my wife is going to peg me tonight. I hope it's over Disney stuff. Thank you for sharing that. That's a wonderful, wonderful chat. Where is our boy fucking Bobby here? Let's see this one. I think all these ladies like being rolled in a line, YMH. You guys are having a different chat than I thought that was going to be something different. It's tough to follow the chat sometimes, you know? When I'm going back and reading, I want to get to it so quickly for you, but sometimes you guys are having your own conversations, which is just fine by me. Continue to have them. Rock and roll.
Right, you can be a big kid here and have a...
Oh my God, this guy wants to be a big kid too? He looks like a big kid. And is this your mom here to the right or your wife? You've got your mom wife here?
A lot of fun. Let your hair down a little bit.
Is that his mother? Oh no, he's going to do Donald Duck. Oh my God, I forgot. This is, yeah. This guy. Oh no. You think he talks like that in bed?
Enjoyable for every age.
With or without children. We honeymooned here.
Oh my God, I got to go back to the Donald Duck thing. I didn't mean to skip off of it. This guy's talking in Donald Duck. You think he fucks her like that? Like I was saying, like he's like, I can't do Donald Duck. I can do Goofy. I'm gonna eat your pussy. God, frightening. I can't come back like that. If I come back like that next week, I need someone to come here to the satellite station of your mom's house here in Los Angeles and put me out of my misery, please. We've got more of this nonsense. I'm excited. What's this guy? Ooh, goth Disney. Now this is what I get into. Maybe I'll meet the woman of my dreams. Like, who is that mom right there? Oh boy, now this is kind of not the goth that... This is the goth that you see at Hot Topic. You know what I mean? Not the ones that you see outside of a dive bar smoking Marlboro. You know? Do you think Disney... I mean, this has to be a special time. And now, by the way, when I go, I was told this many times, it will be Halloween stuff already. I don't know why... I think because around Halloween that my sister said they do Christmas. I mean, it is a wonky place, this Disney. And so I might run into some of these Disney goth people down there because it will be Halloween times. The first lady was a smoke show. The rest... a little much. One of those high maintenance type goths, not the ones that I enjoy. Ones that just, have low maintenance and they just kind of look like dark, cold ladies. Oh, here we go. Another castle worshipping here. First time seeing the castle. This is another first time seeing the castle. Maybe she comes. Come on, are you going to come? Oh my God, she's breaking that. She had closed her eyes the whole time. And there it is. She waited all day. She's a park closer, this one. Ooh, and it's got lights and everything, this castle. It's, again, so far away. Get closer to the damn thing if you're going to look at it. Oh, tale as old as time. Oh, my Lord. I'm definitely going to get a video of me seeing the castle. 100%, as Bert would say. Let's see this last little video here. I'm a Disney adult. I'm going to get a picture at the castle. Oh my Lord! Even if it's raining, and it's going to be raining when I'm there too.
I'm a Disney adult. I'm going to wait an hour in line to see.
I'm going to wait an hour in the line to see Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. I'm a Disney adult. I'm going to get a picture at the castle even if it's raining.
I can't even do this. If I wanted, say I wanted to wait an hour in line to see Winnie the Pooh. Oh my Lord. My sister would yell. She'll be like, do you see this on the itinerary? I don't think so. Get the hell out of the line.
I'm a Disney adult. I'm gonna get a picture at the castle even if it's raining.
I'm going to have to do that.
I'm a Disney adult. I'm gonna be brave and go ride Tower of Terror.
LOL, JK. What do you think's going to happen on Tower of Terror? Has Tower of Terror had any actual deaths on it at any point? I don't think Disney World has had an accident. I mean, amusement parks have accidents all the damn time. It is frightening. That is something that I'm curious about my body and my brain and my guts and guile on these rides. Am I going to be able to do what I once did? I don't know. Like, am I going to puke on a ride now that I'm a middle-aged man? Time will tell. That would be fun to ruin people's vacation by throwing up on one of these teacups or what have you, and then they have to hose it down, and the line is extra long. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Moving on, unless... You guys like the Mickey voice? Ha-ha! I can't do anything other than the laugh. And then Goofy's like, oh, shoiks, ooh. I can't do that. That's all I got. The people want more Mickey. Ha! Suck my penis. Ha! That's all I got, really. There's a wiki page of Disney deaths. Ominous music. I gotta get more sounds over here in this soundboard. Fun things. That's my goal for one. But when I come back in 2 weeks, I'll have more sound effects. Little Boner stroking it to the Mickey voice. I love this part of the program when the chat runs itself. That's my favorite. Classic Mickey. I can't now. I can't do it at all. The pressure's on. I'm not an impressionist over here. Plot twist: Potter is RPC. I am not, and in fact, I've been trying to get RPC to. I keep sending him the link, and I'm trying to get him to use it and to come on here. But he's having a hard time with it, and I haven't been able to like walk him through it or come on here and fake it to test it because it doesn't work. So it's a thing with the StreamYard. Anyhow, folks, back to the issue at hand here. He is all over Instagram. I don't want to cut into his Instagram time. You're right, Stanktron, I do believe. Josh, in your Mickey voice, give us your address. You mean my web address? I can do that. I can't even talk like it anymore. Ha ha! TheJoshPotter.com. Ha ha! I can't do it anymore. It's terrible. Stop asking for it. I did it. It's a quick one. I'd rather talk like Obama. Oh boy, folks. Hell of a time. Well, we got 6 minutes left here in the program. I had something else queued up here that I was excited about. I, of course, will keep you updated on my stuff. I'm going to send Cougar stuff about Disney. We're going to have a whole fun to-do. But Andrew Dice Clay, that's what I wanted to play. Andrew Dice Clay on Two Bears, One Cave. And I would have thought if Andrew Dice Clay were ever to be on Two Bears, One Cave, it would be a Bert episode. And I thought it was a very interesting thing that it was a Tom episode. And I think it led to some interesting stories like this one here about gambling, which I do love a good gambling tale here. Oh boy, Little Boner. Oh my God, Little Boner. Hold on. Little Boner. Hold on. Oh my goodness, here I am pulling up things. I'm missing super chats. More Mickey voice. He gives a $10 super chat. I can't. All I could do is I'll spice it in. I promise. I spice it in. I can't. I'm not. You're gonna get sick of it. 6 minutes. Wow, I can come way more. Thank you, Stanktron, and thank you for the super chat. I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna spice it in. Record the entire trip of Potter and RPC Disneyland. Oh my lord. Taking RPC into Disney would put me on some lists, I would imagine. That would be a wild time. That would be a wild time. I mean, I don't even want to consider. I'm sad that we just said that out loud, because if that was ever made into a reality, that would make the things that I'm worried about even more. Oh my God, dude. I see it. Put it back on the screen. In your Mickey voice, ask for Black Eyes to move in with you. $20 super chat from fucking Bobby. Okay. I have to get back up on my perch here. I think sitting on my foot and having my heel in my ass helps me do the Mickey voice. Now the pressure's on. I feel like Rich Little all of a sudden over here. Ha ha! I'd like a black guy to come fuck me. 2395. Ha ha! I feel like my neighbors are listening, and they hear this all the time. So all of a sudden, oh my God, more members are coming through. Your pal Joe, love the stream. Can't wait for more. Great show, Josh. Thank you, your pal Joe, for becoming a member. Oh my God, and queers for getting stoned in Gaza. Member for 2 months. Try it out. I feel dirty for this, says fucking Bobby. You gave me $20. I'll do whatever the hell you say. Zoinks! That's not Disney. I was gonna do Shaggy. Like Zoink Scoob. I'm just doing it on my cartoons now. I got to throw all the arsenal out there. I got nothing else. I feel dirty for this. Okay, let's get to the. I meant to share. I shared the wrong screen here before because I was getting all the super chats and I was getting excited. But let us get into some Andrew Dice Clay to wrap up. Legend Andrew Dice Clay. I've only come across him a couple times in the world. Another member. Oh my God, fucking Bobby becoming a member. Also, keep your gifted memberships open, folks, and people might be able to gift you a membership. Actually, that would only work if someday we got to get some pores in the chat. We got to do a pour chat one time ever. Maybe we do like a once a year pour chat or something and get some pores in here so that they can, get gifted member. You guys can gift them some memberships, perhaps. I love how I nervously say your name as well there, Queers for Getting Stoned in Gaza. It's not that I'm nervously saying your name. It's that I want to get it right. Because I feel like I'm borderline dyslexic sometimes, and I'm going like, Queers for Getting Stoned in Gaza is queer. I could say Queers for Gaza, or like, I'll just fuck it up. I'm trying to read it properly because it's very clumped together, you understand. But it's not nervousness, I promise. What a name indeed. The only pores. Yes, one day we can do it. So here's Andrew Dice Clay. He's got gambling stories that I found very interesting. And let's get into one of them.
The blackjack player. So I do enjoy.
Did he ever smoke that cigarette that he was holding? I know he does that. I think, does he not smoke? I don't know. I don't want to ruin the mystique.
Blackjack. Dana White, watching the clips.
Yeah.
I mean, he really, 300,000 a hand.
It's
I'm going, oh my God,
it's crazy.
And, but I played heavy.
Yeah.
I could win or lose $500,000 in a night. For 13 years. I did all the big holidays like 5 times a year.
Yeah.
So they were paying me millions. So it meant nothing to gamble, win or lose.
Yeah.
And that was just.
Melissa, thank you so much for the super chat for the Disney churros. Look at these folks signing up for the memberships. This must be membership day or what have you. I just realized how many cigarettes I could have bought with the money I spent on my subscription, but it's all worth it to hear Potter do voices. Well, thank you, Don't Trip. Thank you. And you're helping me buy cigarettes. I'll bum you one anytime. And thank you to Melissa for the $5 super chat once again for those Disney churros. I can buy probably a third of a churro with that. But Andrew Dice Clay, very rich, very wealthy at one point, gambling millions of dollars.
Vegas, not the arenas. It was that. Vegas was like the relaxing gig,
right?
But yet I'd be at a table playing like an animal,
Let me ask you one thing about blackjack, because we play blackjack every time we do a casino gig. We always go play blackjack. The whole crew that we go with. There's a thing where there's just like nights where you're there and you're winning more hands, right? You're on a good streak, and subsequently there's other nights where you're like, fucking, I can't win a hand. And ultimately, I think like the logical thing is to go, look, man, it's gambling. You're going to have good shoes and bad shoes. Like, do you see it that way?
I don't know if I told this story, but not this last time, but maybe 2 times ago when I was on the road with Tom, oftentimes we leave the venue if it's close enough that night. We'll do a show and then go to the next city. And one of these occasions, we were going from a show to the next city, and it was at a casino. And we were going to get there at like 2 a.m. or something like that. And Tom goes, you want to play blackjack? And I was like, all right, I'm not going to say no. So, I mean, the Roach was kind of having a maybe a rough financial week or whatever. I took out $100 to play blackjack because I thought usually when Tom sets these things up, he gets a table for himself and some of the guys on the road or whatever, and we get our own table. We can bet whatever the hell we want. But in this case, find out when I get to the table, not the case. And he's like, it's like $50 hands. Is that okay? And I was like, yeah. That's fine. I was like, I'll play two hands, and then I'll just be like, well, I'm gonna go to bed, and maybe Tom will feel bad, and he'll like throw me a couple chips or something. I don't know. So I was like, whatever, I'll play my two hands, dude. I end up winning like $1,000. I kept getting blackjack, and I was sitting where the card goes to me first, then him. So Tom's like, you got blackjack like 6 times in a row. I'm like, I know, this is crazy, but I felt. Like when he said that, perhaps he was mad at me then for sitting there. Do you know what I mean? I was like, oh my God, is he pissed? Because he lost a bunch of money. Way more money than I even brought to the table. So I was like, oh boy, is he going to be pissed because I sat in his... Because some people in blackjack get pissed like that. They're like, you took my card or whatever. You know what I mean? Because there was a time when I didn't know like when to hit or stand, and I was just like, well, I'm going to hit because it's my bet. I'm gambling. They're like, that probability is bad. I go, yeah, but it's my money. I want to gamble how I want to. And people will get pissed at you at those things. So I always wondered that about that story. It just happened not too long ago. A little behind the scenes stuff for you there, but he never really actually get mad.
My thing about gambling is you got to be willing to lose everything in front of you to win. Can't play scared.
No.
Can't play drunk, and you can't play tired.
Oh, you
angry.
can't?
And do you have a walk away?
No, but do you see what I'm saying?
Sure.
Those are the rules.
No tired.
So if you do lose, you can't say, well, it's because I've been arguing with my chick all day, or, I had a bit. You lose because you just lost, and you got to be willing to.
Yeah, doing this with cards is hilarious. Being like, it's a game of chance. Be like, you got to go in with a clear brain and blah blah blah. It's like those. I'll go to a sports book with a clear brain. That's when I get all like beautiful mind. I'm like that GIF of Zach Galifianakis with all the going in my face.
Yeah, and there are days you get 20, the dealer gets 21.
Yeah,
but I do, and I haven't played in a long time either, but I have that was one night I was playing Bally's. My opening act at that time was Wheels Parisi. I don't know if you know him.
Wheels. Yeah, I remember.
Okay, so Wheels is actually on stage at Bally's. At Caesar's Palace, and my bodyguard, Club Soda Kenny, who works for Bill now, and I'm in the Dice Rules jacket that I wore at the Garden. Yeah. That's how I'm playing.
Yeah.
And so he goes, I think it's time we go to the show.
It's a hilarious
He's only got
Club Soda Kenny impression if you ever met Club Soda Kenny.
Waiting. And so now I'm on stage because I was winning. I didn't even want
Can I say, and Andrew Dice Clay is a legend. He's hilarious. He'll be hilarious for all of time. But I have been hypnotized and distracted by the cigarette. I feel like he does that so many times. And even when he's like on stage and stuff, that I'm just watching the cigarette. Like, is he going to light it? Is he going to light the cigarette? It's making me want to light a cigarette. God, I just want to light a cigarette already, God damn it. For the love of God, can I have a fucking cigarette? That's what I think about. And I feel like it's more distracting and hypnotizing. And it distracts me from the hilarity that he's saying. Let's see.
Leave.
Yeah.
And so I'm on stage with over $350,000 of chips, of winnings, in my pocket.
Yeah.
That I can't wait to get done with the show and go back and get more.
Yeah.
Because it was one of those nights. But one time with Wheels, I get to Vegas. I'll just tell you this one story. And I sit right here where I am now. Wheels is where you are. Uh-huh. I always sit at the end. I don't let anybody else play. I have the whole table. And I got into Vegas, and I lost, I don't know, 150,000 in a few minutes. That's how fast it goes.
Yeah.
And so the next day we're all at the pool, and they would the red velvet ropes, whatever. And we're with all these people, my girl, I had a baby at the time, whatever. And I say to Wheels, I go, you got any money on you? And he goes, I got $20. You know, I go, that's enough. Let's get out of here. Jump in a cab. We go to the Mirage. And at the Mirage, I have a $75,000 line of credit. So they give me the 75, and I'm playing this guy, and it's a male pit boss. This is in the days when, you know, supposedly women hated dice type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I'm at the table, and I'm losing to this one dealer, and I'm playing 5,000 a hand, so it's not that many chips. But I said to the pit boss, because they would hold the cards like this rather than pointed at you to cut them. And I said, would it be all right if the dealer faced the cards at me? And the pit boss was cool. And he let it happen. I'm still losing. They switched dealer and pit boss. And it was this black man. His name was Archie. He was from Louisiana. I'll never forget this guy. He was a nice guy. And a female pit boss. He shuffles, whatever, and puts the cards. And I ask him to turn the cards. And he goes, we're not allowed. And I said to the lady, I go, would it be okay if Archie turned the cards towards me? And she goes, no. So I know she's a dice hater.
Yeah.
I go, well, the other...
I thought he was going to say something else. I thought he was going to be like, I know she's a die. You know what I'm saying?
Pit boss didn't have a problem, and I'm trying to be nice. I'm not being dicey. I'm being Andrew.
Again, I almost thought he said it. I'm not being die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And she goes, well, I do have a problem with it. So I go, really? And I'm looking at her, and I go, let me tell you something. You'll be lucky if you still have a job when I'm done here. And I go, Wheels, get up. Come sit here. And I go there, and I lean across. I made like a whole deal out of it, and I cut the cards from leaning across the table so I could cut it the way I want. Wheels, get up. Go back to your seat. Now I look at the dealer, and I go, okay, Archie, this is how it comes down. And I go, and don't stop the game for any reason. You don't need more chips. When I'm done taking those, I'm out of here. There were 2 rows of $5,000 chips. And I'm down to 6 chips, 30 grand. And
I'm having such anxiety. Tell us.
I said to Archie, I go, you see those last 2 chips on the second row? That's your tip. How does that sound? Now I'm angry, you know, but my energy came up because of her attitude.
Yeah.
And we stopped playing, and Wheels couldn't even believe what he was seeing, you know, because I'm basically winning 95% of all the hands. Okay, so what happens is we're down to those chips, and I'm not stacking them. I'm just piling them on. I don't even know how much is there, but I took the 75. I made a little stack here. So no way I'm losing anything.
Yeah.
And I got a big pile of chips.
This is what I did with my $100 that one day.
I go, okay, Archie, this is what we're going to do. I go, I'm going to want a blackjack. Okay, this is how it's going to go. I want the King of Hearts and the Ace of Spades in that order. How's that sound? I go, you could do that, can't you? And I look at the pit boss, this lady who is now like, she can't even believe it, you know. I go, but I'll tell you what, honey. Now I'm not even, you know, now it's honey. Yeah. You know, which she hated. Yeah. My name's not Honey. Well, to me, I don't know your name and I don't care. But I'll tell you what I'll do. I don't know what you make a year, but I'll bet all this against whatever it is you make, which, well, what is it? 30 grand, 40 grand, whatever it is. I go, I'll bet all this. I pull those cards exactly the way I said it. How's that sound, honey? And she's like, we're not allowed to bet. Okay, all right, Archie, when you give me the king, you know, do me a favor. Because I like.
Could you imagine if this woman was like, yes, I'll take your bet, and she just bets her whole salary? Like, what does he expect her to say? I think it's like, oh yeah, you thought she was gonna. Of course she said, I can't, I'm not allowed. Yeah, I because it's a ridiculous
to make a little sound effect. That's just the way I am. So do it slow, like slow motion. You could do that, right, Archie?
I hope it comes. The story ends with him being like, "It was a 2 of diamonds."
It's your money. So I go, all right, give me the king of hearts. There's the king of hearts. So I go, isn't that amazing, Wheels? Look what I just did. And I did it all by myself. All by myself. And now I look at the lady, I go, same deal. All this for your piddly pay. Ace of spades. No. I go, they're watching. Your job's over here. I go, Archie, just give me the ace of spades, right? And there it is. And Wheels goes, oh my fucking God, what the fuck is that? So I said, Archie, don't even worry. Keep it all. Keep whatever I won with the blackjack. I go, Wheels, gather this up. Let's get out of here. I want to go back to the pool. It was about $455,000 in winnings. That's after I give him the 75. And he's shaking, carrying it out.
Just guess the cards. I would be I wouldn't, even if I was playing it cool, I would be like, holy shit, am I a witch? How the fuck did I do that? Obviously, if I were to do any of this story, if any of this story was in my life, it would come up 6 of spades and a fucking, dog shit, whatever. It'd have to be like hit, so I got those 2 wrong, but like, let's see if I can still get blackjack. And of course, I'll get like a fucking 17, and then I'll have to give all my money to the lady, the pit boss, because in my story, she would have taken the money.
Out in manila envelopes, just hugging it, So, and then in the car, in the limo going back, I said, you know what, Wheels, just put your hand in and, take whatever you think the 20 was worth. And he just grabs it was a $10,000 pack. I go, you earned it. I go, not bad for $20, right?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, those are the
I was like, I'm going to say this to him next time we go gambling. I'm like, can I reach in your manila pack, you think, at the end of it? If you have one? If you get a manila pack, can I just reach in it?
kind of plays I would have. It was ridiculous.
It sounds ridiculous, Dice. It sure does. I mean, being able to just call your shot like that, like Babe Ruth on 2 cards. That's why he's the Dice Man. That's why he's the Dice Man, indeed. Fucking Bobby says he's going to be hitting the casino tonight. Thanks, me. Well, I didn't mean to put it in your head. Because anyone who's gambled could be like, imagine calling your cards. I would freak out. I would grab a woman and make out with her and be like, I thought I could I've been hitting on everything, so I thought this was clear as day. You know what I mean? The most beautiful woman in the room, I would go and I would hit on her. And I would be like, come on, my room's 204, lady. Let's get out of here. And she'd be like, of course. You couldn't do any wrong in that case. The Dice Man, he cometh. He's the 3rd Rain Man. Who's the 2nd Rain Man? Was there a 2nd? The 3rd Rain Man. It's very funny. Got to give him the $20 first, Roach, then ask for aha. Aha. That's a good call. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed the little bonus thing. I kind of zoned out during the things I was staring at that fucking cigarette the whole time. I couldn't concentrate, and I just kept watching it. It made me want one more than I've ever wanted anything in my entire life, so I'm going to have one of those. Of course, I have to gear up, fortify my brain for what's to come in the coming week. I get on a red eye tonight. I go to Disney World, and we saw all the people. We saw the things. I will get my reaction seeing the castle for the first time. No matter what it is, it's going to be my natural reaction. Will I come? Will I cry? Will I be indifferent? Will it not move me at all? Will it make me vomit? What if I vomit at the sight of the castle? I go, oh, like that. I get so nervous, like that pitcher on the mound who threw a pitch and just blew chunks. That could happen. We never know. We'll have to wait and see, folks, and I'll keep you abreast of it all. And I will see you when I get back do remember, please, I am going to be out on the road as well before I come back. I'm going to be in Omaha on August 15th, one night only, August 15th, Omaha. And then I'm going to be in Des Moines the 16th and 17th right after that, 4 shows. So get your tickets at thejoshpotter.com. And please to be staying in touch. For those of you who watch this on the replay, this is the way you can do it. Behind the Gene Show at gmail.com. There will be a show next week, so I hope you tune in and check it out. Even, despite my absence, I hope you come by. And I'm not sure what the folks have in store for you, but I'm just as curious as you are, and I cannot wait. Josh Potter is a Hey Julia. I am a Hey Julia. You're right. A simp? Is that what you're saying? Except I'm not aggressive about it. I know we're working on indie dates here, fucking Bobby. Seeing some chats before we wrap things up here. Hate from California. Is that CA? I can't tell. You know it's time to wrap up the show when my sight gets extra blurry from staring at the screen for very long. But I thank you, Cougar. I thank you, Heather. I thank you, everyone over at your mom's house, all the folks, Annie, everybody. I'll see you in a couple weeks.
This is big time!
Who is Randy? Don't bring anyone's mother into this.
Your mama in the fucking stands!
Welcome to your mom's house with Tom Segura. And
Christina Pashitsky.
welcome to your mom's house.
Goodbye. Thanks for watching. See you next time.